Alright, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are going over variety is the spice of life. That's what the video is going to be about. So you're going to see a whole bunch of old footage. Some of this, I don't even know how long I've had it on my old thumbstick. Some of this, I won't even know what this is until I got it in here. So enjoy that footage going on in the background. I put it in there so you can see all the different things in which I do in my different programs and the different variety that I add. I remember back in the day, so the variety being the spice of the life. Back in the day, I used to do, I think it was a P90X in my parents' garage. And I remember sitting there doing all the different exercises, and I think the guy's name is Tony Horton. What is that guy doing now? I have no idea. If you guys know what Tony Horton is doing these days, go and leave it in a comment down below. That'd be hilarious. Anyways, he was doing his exercises, and he would always just say, variety is the spice of life. And it stuck with me to this day, and it's still stuck with me with my training protocol. So that's what this is going to be about. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I want to get to know a little bit more about you guys. How life is going and everything. So if you guys can leave down a comment down below, that'd be much appreciated. My question for you guys today is, what competitions or workouts are you looking forward to coming into this next year, hoping that coronavirus is a thing of the past, or at least a little bit more under control? Leave that down in the comments down below. Alright, let's get into the meat and potatoes. What do I mean about variety? When I say variety is the spice of life, what does that mean? We're going to do this as when it comes to training and training protocol and training programs. Okay, so we're going to kind of do it in a broad strokes. Later we might get it into a little bit more specific. So what do I mean when I say variety? What is the purpose of variety in your training protocol? First and foremost, it's a change in stimulus to your body. Your body adapts and adapts quickly to some of our resistance training. The reason you see some people, especially in your commercial gyms, not make a lot of progress is because they do 3 sets of 10 at 50 pounds, day in, day out. Or they go for a max single or a max double, day in and day out, and there's never a change. It's the same bar, it's the same movement, it's the same weight, or they try to add only 5 pounds every day for the last 3 years, and they look the exact same. They're just still as weak, and they're small, and there's nothing worse than being small and weak. So let's change up the stimulus. The other purpose of variety is to change the pace. This one is for your mind. Coming from powerlifting in particular, where you do a barbell squat, deadlift, and bench press, depending on your protocol, once to 2 or 3 times a week, that can get very, very dull, very, very fast. I've seen people that do powerlifting for about a year, year and a half, and they get so burnt out of doing squat, bench, deadlift with very little variety that they lose interest in the sport, and they lose interest in their fitness as well, because they identified as a powerlifter and they just kind of lose it. So it's important to add variety so that way you can stay interested in your training. And probably the main reason that I use variety myself in my programming, as you can see so far in the video, there's a lot of variety going on here. I think we're watching a max double front squat on the transformer bar. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Is to attack weak points. So in your lifting, whether you're strongman or powerlifting, you always will have weak points, no matter what. Mine right now are the strength of my quads as compared to my hamstrings. I focus so much on my hamstrings that my quads are now my weak point. So I'm going to use different things to attack those areas. Alright, if you guys have any questions about the purpose of using variety, please go ahead, leave your question down below, or I'll make sure to put a link to my email or just my email down below in the description, where you guys can go ahead and ask me questions about the purpose of variety or how to add variety into your protocol. Alright, next when is it appropriate to add variety? This is very, 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 very important. So make sure you guys pay attention to this, because you need to make sure that it's appropriate to add variety. The main reason while I add variety either for myself or for my clients' programs, or even just my recommendations to friends and family, you know, if you work in this industry, you tend to do that quite a bit, is multiple training sessions in a high-frequency training protocol. You're not going to be doing the same movement every single day. So let's take one of my clients' programs right now. They're trying to focus on their squat. So they do squats 3 times a week. I know, holy hell, that sounds terrible. Day 1, they might be doing their standard low bar back squat. Day 2, we're going to add variety with, say, a tempo back squat. And then day 3, I might add something like a goblet squat or lunges or belt squat. The variety not only makes sure that we're approaching different weak points, right? So either form with the tempo squats or just focusing a little bit more on the quads with the goblet squats. And then also keeps it interesting every day. So if you're doing 3 times a week doing just back squat, 1, gets very, very boring, and 2, breaks down your body, which is not a good thing to do if you're trying to become stronger over time. Remember, strength sports are meant to be changes over the long term. There's a reason why they call it old man strength. It's not young guy strong, it's old man strength. It takes time, and so we want to make sure that we can do this for a long time. All right, the next reason why it is appropriate to add variety, and this is probably one of the bigger times to add variety, is in the off season. So you just got done peaking for 12 weeks. You did your meet, whether it was strongman or powerlifting, probably more on the powerlifting side just because it is just squat, bench, and deadlift. And you're going into your next hypertrophy block or whatever it is. And you are going to do a multitude of different exercises. This is the time to play. This is the time to do something different. You see that new bar that the gym bought a few months ago, but you couldn't touch it because you were getting ready for your meet. Go play with it. Go have some fun. This is your chance. Do it now while you can. The off season is a chance to play around. There's a lot less specificity needed when you're working with so much volume. And once again, this is the off season of the time to work on your weak points. So add some variety. Do something different. Be weird. And then the final reason that I can think of right now that is an appropriate time to add variety is if you're doing a conjugate protocol. Now, this is something I want to be very, very careful with. If you're doing a conjugate protocol, you have to be careful here. If you're new to conjugate or a newer lifter, it is appropriate to add variety. And for my guys, I'll add every 2 or 3 weeks. We'll change up their maximum effort lifts. Now, if you're more advanced or experienced lifters, it might be appropriate to change your max effort lifts or your dynamic effort lifts every week. For more information on that, I'd recommend checking out Elitefts' YouTube page. They go over how to appropriately administer diversity and variety into your conjugate programming pretty darn well. I'll see if I can leave a link down below to some of those videos. Now, this is also important. When is it not appropriate to add variety? 1, don't be a program jumper. Nobody likes those guys that do a new program every 2 weeks because the last one just wasn't working. No, you were just lazy. No, you were just bored and you didn't want to do the same thing for 6 weeks and you didn't actually give it a chance. Don't be that guy. Another time when it's not appropriate to be add variety is peaking. When you're getting ready for a competition, you need to do those competition lifts and you need to get skilled at those movements. And then 3, you want to look for variety for the long term, and programs you don't want to be changing every single month. So add variety over time, not week to week. That is absolutely important. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big ol' thumbs up. If you haven't already and you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe down below. Hit that little bell right next to the subscribe button, and if you can, please go ahead and share this video or any of my other videos with your friends and family. If you guys have any questions about how to administer variety or any other programming questions, please hit my email that I'll leave down below. It is fieldstrengthandathletics@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, guys, go out, be great, go get stronger, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace.